this arc of Overlord is so freaking good, I must say. It really does make us care for the Lizardmen. It makes us realize we don't want to see them die, because their dynamic is freaking fantastic, I must say. Between Zaryus and Krush, I don't want to see anyone die because they're just so freaking cute together. I was like, man, just let him live on for the entirety of the series. Just allow them to get married, because holy freaking Christ, they are freaking adorable together. Krush is such an adorable lizard woman. It's beyond freaking belief. I was like, man, Zaryus, you got to keep her right there, because she's fracking adorable. But my god, this chapter really did set in stone this whole entire idea of the ever-looming threat that is coming towards them. This ever-looming threat of this force to be reckoned with. A force that actually might wipe them out completely. But when you think about it, this force has done one thing that is good. It has brought together the entirety of the Lizardmen tribes together into one alliance, and now they are fighting for a common goal, which is something I was like, huh, when you think about it, yeah. This fight, they actually might lose. We're not too sure how well it's all going to go down. Yes, they are strategically thinking things through, knowing what they must do to actually kind of, in a way, defeat the enemy commanders. But here's the main thing you really do get. They can't just sit there and wait for the enemy to attack them, because we find out, because the scouts actually come back to the Razor-Tail tribe, and there you kind of find out that actually the actual forces they have is under 5,000, and that they can't just wait for an attack, because if they do, they might all get completely wiped out. And it's also, they can't actually go and attack them straight away, like just go in like, you know what, fam, you're gonna get defeated, because when you think about it, they set up their fortress in the forest itself, so that they actually can't just go and attack them straight away, because it could be freaking difficult. So when you think about it, they've got to kind of strategically think things through, and they're actually really freaking doing it. These lizard men know what to do and how to actually kind of go through the situations. Yes, their kind of idea is to go in and fight, but Zaryus, being the freaking bantha that he is, he kind of just says, why don't we make a detached force that actually consists of commanders, like there'd be two of them, there'd be one who acts as a garrison from behind, and there'd be another one that actually attacks the enemy commanders. Like that, it actually gives us a firm footing, gives us some kind of advantage, something that actually can lead us to some sort of victory, because right now, it seems like it's just this whole idea that maybe they might not succeed. It's this ever-looming idea that, yes, they might actually get completely wiped out. We don't want to see this happen because, again, as I said before, the dynamic they share is so freaking great. Manga and light novel thus far has painted these characters so freaking damn well that you just don't want to see them die. That you're really just sitting here going, please, can they just live on, like, happily? Like, in essence, why can't they just be kind of hired instead of being completely murdered? Why can't they? But I just don't want to see him die. It's something I really get. I just don't want to see him die. And how they're writing these characters, it just makes this so evident. It does. It's so freaking phenomenal, I must say. The conversation between Krush and Zaryus are so freaking adorable, I must say. That whole entire thing where she blesses him before the fight between Zemberu and him, it was just, I was just like, no, come on. Just, she's so freaking cute. And it just carries on from there. You just kind of like, god damn it. These people, it's so freaking great. And that whole entire fight between Zemberu and Zaryus was so freaking great as well. So the main thing I do also get from it as well. The fight itself was freaking great. You do know a lot more about the Forest Pain now. In essence, you know now he can't use it very often. In essence, Zaryus can't use his Forest Pain so much because it has a limited amount of uses, so he's just trying to keep himself back so he doesn't actually kind of have to use it too much, kind of save it for the ever bigger battle that's actually coming forward for him. And I thought, okay, because in this whole entire battle, Zaryus and Zemberu aren't really kind of fighting seriously. Yes, some of them might be fighting a little bit better than the other, but it's not like this whole fight they're going all out at each other. In the end, Zemberu does say, look, I'm going to go all out, and in the end, what happens is Zaryus actually beats Zemberu, and in the end, he actually kind of forms their alliance. And in the end, when Krush said, look, let's win, I was like, come on, just stop doing this. I want him to win now, because, look, they're actually just going towards a common goal. They actually are fighting for something that actually could lead to a better place. Yeah, evacuation is an option. I mean, could they escape? Because as it's been kind of shown already, it's this whole idea. They have 5 tribes now. They have 5 tribes they form an alliance to. If they were to escape, they could do it. They can escape. It's an option. It's right freaking there. They can actually do it. It's this kind of scapegoat option they have. But here's the crux. As Zaryusu explained last chapter, if they were to do it, they would have had to take out a lot of Lizardmen within the different tribes to kind of survive with a limited amount of resources. Because again, it's this whole idea of resources and how really scarce they can actually be. You don't really want to kind of escape without fighting this battle and kind of have no resources. They can't do it because they just won't survive. They'll be completely wiped out on their own. And there might be an uproar within the different tribes that should cause a civil war. It's just these evident ideas that they have to act. The only option they have is to go to war. They have to go to war with the actual opposing force. Otherwise, if they were to escape, they won't survive. That's really the main thing you kind of get. And in the end, it's been 4 days, and then actually the forces come in and invade. You're kind of sitting there going, it's going to get serious next month. Really, it is, because you're just sitting there wondering, I don't want them to die. Just please allow them to survive. Allow them to just live on happily on their own, just kind of just with a limited amount of resources, unlimited amount of food, just kind of live happily, because they deserve it, because they're so freaking great. And Zaryusu as well, I love his character. He's been one of the actual shining examples of this manga / light novel so far of Overlord. Really he has, because he is so freaking great, because he's knowledgeable, he's very strategic, he's really freaking good. Like, in essence, he came up with the idea of actually kind of forming this attached force. And I was like, that's actually a pretty freaking good idea. I was like, man, you even saw it in the fight between him and Zanberu. That whole entire fight is a shining example of how freaking good it is. In essence, when Zanberu has iron skin, he actually still managed to defeat him. Like, in essence, Zanberu still loses. I was like, man, in essence, he's actually freaking strong. I really freaking like him. He's a shining example of a character in this light novel / manga, and I really freaking like it. So yes, with all that said, I have been the driver. If you have enjoyed the video as a whole, and do leave a like, because it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed my content as a whole, you do leave a sub. Do leave a sub, because it does help me quite a bit. But with all that said, I have been the driver, and I shall see you guys later. Bye now.